Hello everyone, in this video, we will be discussing the validation step of modeling applications within the uMap modeling workflow. The validation step is required to be completed before the application can be set to a completed state, ready for publishing. The validation step will look at the configured drift rules, tag rules, communicating software, valid and non-valid configuration items, and finally process matches. Let's take a look at the validation screen within the uMap application workflow. To launch the application validation screen, select Validate from the Actions menu. Here you will see 5 sections. Associated components. This tab includes configuration items matching tag or drift rules that are not currently linked to the application. Missing components. This tab shows any configuration items that have been deleted from the system since being linked to the application. Communicating components. This tab shows any software communicating with any configuration items that are linked to the application. Pattern components. This tab shows any processes matching any defined rules that are running on servers not currently linked to the application. Finally, the Model Completed tab shows a summary of what has been linked to the application and allows you to mark the application as completed and finish the application modeling activity. Looking first at the associated components, we can see an Oracle database is being suggested as part of our application. From the Configure Drift Rule page in the modeling workflow, we can see our configured drift rules. Our validation screen shows us a database configuration. Let's take a look at the database drift rule that has been set up. As you can see, there is 0 matching and 1 recommended configuration item, matching our validation. Looking at the configuration item, we see the Oracle database. We need to remember that the uControl system is constantly updating. Therefore, this validation step is useful to capture all components of the application that may have been missed, or not present, during the modeling workflow. From the validation screen, we have the option to add the configuration item to the application. Simply select the item, and from the Actions drop-down select, Link Record. Select an environment and click, Set. If we choose not to link the item, no action is required. Once the application is marked as completed, the configuration items listed in the validation step will be added to an exclude list to prevent future alerts. Moving on to the missing component screen. Here we can see that a software instance and a software component configuration item has been marked as deleted within the uControl application. If we take a look in the modeling workflow, we can see that both of the configuration items have been flagged as deleted by the system. As these configuration items have been deleted, there is only one option available to us. That is to remove the configuration items from our application. To remove them, we select the records. From the Actions menu select, Unlink Record. If you believe this to be incorrect, and the configuration items are correct and should be valid, then please contact a uControl administrator for assistance. The Communicating Component screen shows us a list of configuration items that are communicating. Under the heading, Linked Asset Name, we can see the configuration items that we have linked to the application. Under the heading, Name, we see the configuration items that are communicating to those we have linked to the application. If any of the communicating configuration items are valid for the application, select the records, and from the Actions drop-down select, Link Record. The Pattern Component screen shows us where our process regular expressions have matched against servers not currently linked to our application. Looking at the recommended components, we can see a list of servers that have matched our criteria. Looking in the uMap modeling workflow, we can see our matching criteria for processes, any process running as the uControl user that also contain uControl in the arguments. Linking them is an optional step. If they are indeed valid, select the records, and from the Action menu select, Link Record. Finally, the Model Completed screen shows us a summary of what we have done during the modeling and validation workflows. We can see, for each environment, the types and total configurations we have linked. We can also see the total valid items and the total invalid items. Once we have reviewed and are happy with the outcome, we can mark the application modeling activity as complete. This has been a quick overview of the validation for uMap applications. Thanks for watching.